to be a winner, you got to have this. You got to have persistence, and you got to have consistency. Consistency is just doing the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to put out a video every single day. You know, I'm going to get up and do push-ups every single day. You have to be consistent in what you're doing. Persistence is like consistency, but in the face of adversity. So when something happens, you still going to do it. You're going to push through the hardships. That's persistence. And you need both to win at whatever you're going to do, because shit get hard. And if you're not consistent, nobody going to trust you. Unless I'm sick, and it's the first time I've been sick with the flu, unless I'm sick, y'all get videos on social media every day. You know, you get a live stream every week. And I upload it to Buzzsprout every week. Now, if I go on vacation or I go out of town, I can't do a podcast. But if I'm at home here, I can go to my studio. You get a podcast every week, at least every 2 weeks. I try to be as consistent as possible, especially with the podcast. It's a little bit more work involved in that. But as far as content, you get that every day. You get that consistently. Everybody tell me, man, when I open Instagram, you're the first person I see. The algorithm reward me. Now, I just caught the flu, right? And I've built my business at a content machine. I may teach you motherfuckers how to do that shit one day. But I built my business to the point to where I could chill. I could literally like take a month off, and I still have 2-3 videos coming out every single day. You know, and I ain't even doing it. My editor doing that shit every single day. So when I had the flu, I was straight. But it was a couple days in particular, I was so fatigued and brain fog that I couldn't even think straight. And he was like, yo, I need you to sign off on, make sure everything's straight. And I didn't have the energy, the mental capacity, or the strength to even get it. I'll pick up my phone and look at it. So it was 2 days. It was a Thursday and a Friday where it was no content. This was maybe 2 weeks ago. Thursday and Friday, there was no content on YouTube, nowhere. There was no content. So I went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no content. The algorithm punished me for that. It punished me for that, for not being consistent. Then I started getting people commenting like, damn, bro, you all right? Where you at? People waiting on you. People expect that. So you got to be consistent. When you are consistent, people trust you. You understand? People trust you. You build authority. You build legitimacy. And you need this to win. You need this to get clients. You need this with a woman. You need this with your family. You have to continuously show up and provide value on a consistent basis. And you have to just keep doing it. Even if you may not get the results you want right away, just keep doing it. Right? Persistence. When something come up, push through it. You got a headache, push through it. My stomach hurt right now. I got to push through it. You see what I'm saying? Now, if I'm too sick, I got bags in my eyes, my voice gone and shit. I don't want to put myself out there like that. You know? I don't like to put myself out there like that. But if I can, I'm going to push through. You know, something fucking, happened. You say something happened to my car, I'm still going to push through. I still got to make a way. I still got to go pick my kids up. You just have to persist through the hardships, because on this journey, hardships are going to come. And if you let it beat you, then you ain't going to never win. You're going to lose. You understand? The persistency and the consistency was the main reason. And again, I don't like to say failing, because everything happens for my greater good, but this was the main reason why I struggled in my whole life, being persistent and being consistent. Guys, I've tried so much shit. And one day, my kid's mom was like, she was like, man, you don't ever stick to nothing. Like, you'll try some shit, and you just go through these phases and shit. You just go through these phases where you trying some shit and you never stick to it. She was like, find something and just stick to it, and don't let the hardships make you want to quit doing it and shit. Because I would quit everything. But something go wrong or something, or I ain't having it my way, I would quit that shit. Like, fuck that shit. I looked at it like, oh, this is a sign that this is not for me. But that was me coping for failing. And not wanting to feel like I'm failing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I would start shit and I never finished it. I never finished it my whole life until I started doing this. This is persistence and consistency. Every day I was putting out content. Well, when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing 3 times a week, but I was doing it consistently. You see what I'm saying? And then eventually I started to get viewers and I started to get people. Now they coming back now because they know I'm going to be here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I went to Instagram daily, started getting followers, went to TikTok consistently. Boom. You know, after 2-3 years, went to the moon. You know, but what I'm doing now was the first. I haven't never stuck with anything this long. I never even had a job longer than 7 months. To keep it real, I never had a job, like a legit job longer than 7 months. And facts, and I'm almost 40. Never had a job longer than 7 months. I just never stuck to anything. If I got a job on something, I quit. Like, man, fuck this shit. I'm straight on this shit. But you know, me and my kid's mom was having a conversation one day, and she was like, "Bro, you need to find you something, man, and just stick with that shit. Just stick with it. It ain't gonna hurt you to persist through the hardship and be consistent." And it was crazy because a female had to tell me that. I never really, nobody really never really even taught me that. Like, I never realized that about me. But that was why. So I done been to Job Corps, right? Went to Job Corps, got a trade, I was certified in culinary arts. They was gonna give me a full ride to Johnson & Wales. I was like, fuck this shit. I just quit. I finished the Job Corps program. I got the money from finishing and all that shit. But you know, I got the culinary arts shit, and I ain't never do nothing with it. Never did anything with it. They was gonna give me a full scholarship to Johnson & Wales, and that, if you don't know, that's like a famous like a prestigious culinary arts university, and they was gonna send me to Rhode Island. It's like, fuck that shit, quit that shit. Had a hair business when I got out of the streets. Got a hair business. I sold it because it wasn't making the type of money that I expected. You know, I did it for maybe a year or so, maybe a year and a half. It wasn't doing what I expected it to do. And so, you know, I was looking at everybody else, seeing what everybody else in the business was doing. And I didn't really know how to keep up. I wasn't, you know, it was paying the bills, but it just wasn't like, it wasn't what I was. So I was like, I just sold that shit. Quit it. You understand? Try to do real estate. You know, caught a little something, then boom, took a hit. Shit didn't work out. Quit that shit. See what I'm saying? Got in the real estate game. Didn't work out. I hit a brick wall. I ain't persist through it. I quit it. So I'm just wasting time, basically. Now I'm learning along the way. Tried an online toy store. Quit that shit. I built the online sneaker store, right? Not a sneaker store, but like a sneaker marketplace. I tried to do I started a business where like people could like sell shoes to other people, like sneakers to like an eBay for sneakers and shit. So I tried to do that. Built it up and all type of shit. Quit that shit. Wasn't working out how I wanted to work out. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to home inspection school. Went to the home inspection school. Quit that shit. You see what I'm saying? Went to school for programming, learning how to program. I know I do like website shit, but I was trying to learn like Python and all that shit. Quit that shit. When I decided to do this, I was at a point in my life where I was like, man, I'm fucking tired of losing. I was 33 years old. I think I was 33 when I just decided to do this. I was 33 years old, bro. And I'm like, man, I just don't fucking. And this was after my kid's mom had talked. We had a talk. She had said that. She had said it probably a couple months before, but it was like ringing in my ear and shit. So I'm sitting there like on my nuts, just like fucked up. I don't know what I'm about to do with my life. I'm 33 years old, bro. 33. So I'm like, man, what the fuck, bro? definitely the streets is out. I'm not going back to no motherfucking streets. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, man, I'm finna fucking flip a coin, right? I was like, I'm gonna flip a coin. And I'm gonna tell this story another time, but I'm gonna just give you the little piece of it. I'm like, I'm finna flip a coin. I'm finna fucking, if they land on heads, I'm gonna be a truck driver. If it land on tails, I'm gonna just go get my real estate license. And I flipped the coin. It landed on trucking school, which I had tried when I first got out of prison, quit that shit. But I was like, I'm gonna just get in the trucking. I'm gonna just get in the trucking game. And then something just hit me. I had a talk with my auntie. I'll talk about that another time. I had a talk with my auntie. My auntie real spiritual. And I'm like, man, I feel like a loser. I'm like, I wasted my time in the streets and chasing women, and I don't got nothing to show for it. Everything I ever amassed in the streets, I don't have no more. Like, I don't have shit. I'm like, I don't have no skills. Like, I'm just like nothing. She started, talking to me with the scriptures, and she was basically telling me, everything happened for your greater good and all that. And I'm like, man, I'm 33. I just feel like a loser. And she was like, Jesus started at 33. She believed in Jesus. She was like, Jesus was 33. So that stuck with me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She was like, just follow your heart. And I started doing this. And I was like, when I made the decision, because I was going to do the truck school, the quarter landed on landed on truck school. But I talked to my auntie. She came by, and my auntie, she just sometimes, man, when I really be like going through it, like my auntie be just popping up out of fucking nowhere, just like pop out of nowhere. But my auntie is like religious. Like, you go to my auntie house on the weekend as kids, your ass going to church, Bible study, all that shit. She like that. Still is, not to this day. But just like randomly at times, like just random. And it's not like, I'm close with my aunts, my mom's sister. I'm close, but we don't see each other all the time. And she just like will pop up to my house by herself like every few years and shit. So she just pop up at my fucking house just randomly. And we just start talking, and she gave me the speech, and she was like, Jesus started when he was 33 and shit. So, you ain't never too late. She was like, follow your heart. So I was like, man, I'm about to do this. So I started doing this shit, and I never stopped, and I'm still here. And I said, I made a decision because the shit that my kid's mom was telling me was ringing. And I was, I'm reading this shit, trying to be successful. I was reading Think and Grow Rich at the time. That book changed my life, by the way. About being persistent and persistent through and purpose and all that shit. And I got my aunt telling me, so I'm like, I'm finna do this. I started doing this, and I haven't stopped since. And I made the decision that I'm going to be all in. I'm going all in, and I'm going to get this shit. I'm going to ride this shit till the wheels fall off. I don't give a fuck if I don't make no money. And I had a business that I was doing. To pay my bills and shit. But it was just paying the bills. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that in daytime, do Uber Eats or do DoorDash when I need to, or whatever the case may be, if I need the extra money. But I'm finna be doing this shit. I'm finna be making videos. I'm finna build this shit. And I did. And I finally got it to the point to where I don't have to do none of that shit no more. And your boy doing all right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what persistence and consistency will do. It wasn't easy. This shit is not easy. This shit is not easy, bro. But I was consistent and I was persistent, and it paid off times 10. And I followed my heart. So persistence and consistency is the mother effing key. I stayed down through the bullshit, all type of shit. But I persisted. Hate can cancel. I got canceled one time, bro. The mob came for me. The blue hair mob, they came for me one time, bro. I had to shut everything down. Persist through that shit. My TikTok, that's my most popular page. My TikTok got banned before. Like, they banned my shit. I logged in, my shit was banned, bro. Persist through that shit. In 2024, dating has become ruthless and competitive. With the technological advances we've made in society being the main culprit. Social media and dating apps have leveled the playing field. Today, women have an edge that they've never had, with choice and options at their fingertips. Now, the gap between the men who can and can is the highest it's ever been. So where does that leave you? Frustrated, disappointed,
lonely, left on scene, canceled dates, ghosting, let's just be friends, and I need to get to know you more rejections. I know it seemed like you're on a dark, dead-end road, but that changes right now. I have the solution for you. I have the keys to transform you into the ladies' man that women can't resist. Yes, you too can be amongst the 5% of men who know this game. This system will teach you the entire seduction process from the initial approach all the way to sexual escalation. Gain valuable skills in screening, texting, flake prevention, sexual escalation, and so much more. Are you ready to start winning? Are you ready to become the ultimate ladies' man?